Have you ever walked past a riverbed, wondering if there's hidden treasure beneath your feet? Black diamonds, some of Earth's rarest gemstones, could be lying in streams you pass daily. Most people see dark pebbles and muddy gravel, missing what's right there. Today I'm revealing 5 authentic methods for finding black diamonds in riverbeds and streams. We'll cover identification by shape, weight, location, and critical field tests that separate real black diamonds from worthless imitations. What are black diamonds, and why should you care? Black diamonds, called carbonado, are among the world's most mysterious gemstones. Unlike traditional diamonds, they don't sparkle the same way. They're opaque and dark, often resembling coal or volcanic rock. These stones are incredibly rare and highly sought after in jewelry markets, especially for men's rings and unique engagement pieces. They're tougher than regular diamonds because they're polycrystalline, made of millions of tiny diamond crystals fused together, making them nearly impossible to break. Scientists debate their formation, with theories ranging from meteorite origins to deep earth formation under extreme pressure. They're found primarily in Brazil and the Central African Republic, but fragments have been discovered in US riverbeds, particularly in states with ancient volcanic geology. A single carat can sell for $300 to $3,000, depending on quality and size. Most people don't find them because they don't know what to look for. Robert from Arkansas was fishing with his grandson when he noticed dark, metallic-looking pebbles along a gravel bar. They were smooth and rounded, but some had sharp edges and unusual weight. Having learned about indicator minerals and gemstone prospecting, he pocketed a handful and tested them at home. 3 stones were black diamonds, worth over $1,200 combined after professional evaluation and cutting. The first method for finding black diamonds in riverbeds is all about visual identification, and this is where most beginners make their biggest mistakes. They either overlook black diamonds entirely because they don't look gem-like, or they get excited about every dark stone they see, wasting time on worthless rocks. So, let's clear this up right now with some hard facts about what black diamonds actually look like in their natural state. When you find a black diamond in a riverbed, it's not going to look polished or shiny like the ones you see in jewelry stores. In fact, it's probably going to look rough, dull, and completely unimpressive at first glance. But there are specific shape characteristics that set black diamonds apart from other dark minerals, and once you know what to look for, they become much easier to spot. First, let's talk about shape. Black diamonds found in alluvial deposits, meaning riverbeds and stream gravel, are usually rounded or semi-rounded. This happens because they've been tumbling in water for thousands or even millions of years, which smooths out their edges. However, and this is important, black diamonds often retain some angular features even after all that tumbling. You might see flat faces, small geometric edges, or octahedral shapes peeking through the rounded exterior. This is because diamonds have a crystalline structure that's incredibly hard, so they resist complete smoothing better than softer minerals. Compare that to black tourmaline, which is one of the most common dark minerals you'll find in rivers. Tourmaline tends to form in long, striated columns with parallel grooves running along the length of the crystal. If you see those vertical lines, you're not looking at a diamond. Similarly, hematite and magnetite, which are iron-based minerals, often appear as smooth, metallic-looking pebbles with a uniform surface. They don't have the subtle geometric facets that diamonds retain. Now let's talk about surface texture, because this is where things get really interesting. Black diamonds have a unique surface appearance that experienced prospectors call a frosted or pitted texture. If you look closely at a black diamond under natural light or with a magnifying glass, you'll often see tiny pits, dimples, or rough patches on the surface. This happens because black diamonds are polycrystalline, meaning they're made up of countless tiny diamond crystals fused together, and each crystal can weather slightly differently over time. Other dark stones don't have this characteristic. Obsidian, for example, which is volcanic glass, has a smooth, glassy surface that can be shiny or dull depending on weathering, but it never has that pitted, granular texture. Basalt, another common dark rock found in streams, has a rough texture too, but it's more uniform and lacks the crystalline sparkle you can sometimes catch when rotating a black diamond under the light. Here's a pro tip that will save you a lot of time in the field. When you pick up a dark stone that you think might be a black diamond, hold it up to the sunlight and slowly rotate it. Look for tiny flashes of light or a subtle metallic luster coming from within the stone. Black diamonds, even though they're opaque, often have microscopic diamond crystals on their surface that catch the light in a very specific way. It's not a bright sparkle like a clear diamond, but more of a dull glint or shimmer. If you see that, you've got a strong candidate. Another visual clue is color variation. True black diamonds are rarely pure black. If you examine them closely, you'll often see dark gray, greenish black, or even brownish black tones mixed in. Some black diamonds also have tiny inclusions of other minerals like graphite, hematite, or magnetite, which create a mottled or speckled appearance. This is actually a good sign because it confirms the stone's polycrystalline structure. On the other hand, if the stone is completely uniform in color, solid jet black with no variation, it's more likely to be black tourmaline, obsidian, or even just a piece of coal. I've seen people get excited about coal fragments, thinking they found diamonds, and trust me, it's an easy mistake to make if you're not paying attention to these details. Size is another factor to consider. While black diamonds can technically be found in any size, the ones you're most likely to encounter in riverbeds are small, usually ranging from a few millimeters to about half an inch in diameter. Larger specimens exist, but they're extremely rare. If you find a dark stone that's bigger than a marble and has all the other characteristics we've discussed, get it tested immediately because you might be holding something very valuable. Let's put this into practice with a real-world scenario. Imagine you're standing in a shallow stream in North Carolina, one of the states known for its diverse gemstone deposits. You're sifting through gravel near a bend in the river where the current slows down and heavy minerals tend to settle. You spot a dark stone about the size of a pea. It's mostly rounded but has a couple of flat edges. The surface looks slightly rough and pitted, not smooth like glass. When you hold it up to the sun and rotate it, you catch a faint metallic glimmer. That's a strong candidate for a black diamond. But you're not done yet. You need to run additional tests to confirm, which we'll cover in the next methods. For now, you drop it into your collection bag and keep searching, because where there's one, there might be more. Now, here's something most people don't realize. The shape and texture of a black diamond can also tell you something about where it came from. If the stone is highly rounded and polished, it's probably traveled a long distance down the river from its original source. But if it still has sharp edges and angular features, it likely didn't travel far, which means the primary deposit could be somewhere upstream, possibly within a few miles. This is valuable information for serious prospectors, because if you find multiple black diamonds or other indicator minerals in one spot, you can follow the stream uphill and potentially locate the source rock, whether that's a kimberlite pipe, a pegmatite vein, or an ancient metamorphic formation. That's how some of the world's most valuable gemstone deposits were originally discovered. Someone found a single stone in a river and traced it back to the mother lode. So, to recap method number 1, look for dark stones that are rounded but retain some angular features, have a frosted or pitted surface texture, show subtle color variation, and give off a faint metallic glimmer when rotated in the light. These visual clues alone won't prove you have a black diamond, but they'll tell you which stones are worth testing further. And speaking of tests, let's move on to method number 2. Method number 2, testing black diamonds by weight and density. Black diamonds are incredibly dense, with a specific gravity around 3.5 to 3.53, more than 3 times denser than water. If you have 2 stones the same size, one black diamond and one quartz, the diamond will feel noticeably heavier. This density difference is your secret weapon in the field. Your hand is a decent density meter once trained to recognize the difference. Professional prospectors use the heft test. Pick up your candidate stone and bounce it gently in your palm. Now pick up another dark stone of similar size that isn't a diamond, maybe basalt or black tourmaline. The black diamond will feel surprisingly heavy for its size. Most common dark minerals have lower specific gravities. Basalt is 2.8 to 3.0. Black tourmaline is 3.0 to 3.2. Fill a clear bottle with clean water and drop your candidate stone in. A true black diamond sinks immediately and quickly because of its high density. Observe how it sinks. Diamonds drop fast and direct. This won't prove you have a diamond, but it eliminates low-density imposters. If it floats or sinks slowly, rule it out. Immediately, it's probably obsidian, coal, or lightweight volcanic rock. Method number 3, the hardness test. Separating diamonds from imposters. Diamonds, including black diamonds, are the hardest naturally occurring substance on Earth, a perfect 10 on the Mohs hardness scale. A diamond can scratch virtually anything, but nothing except another diamond can scratch it. This is your most powerful identification tool. Black diamonds are polycrystalline, but they're still incredibly hard. Some experts argue they're even tougher than regular diamonds because their interlocking structure resists fracturing. The glass scratch test is simplest. Take regular glass and try to scratch it with your stone using moderate pressure. If it's a black diamond, it scratches glass easily, leaving a clear mark. Glass has a hardness of 5.5, so anything harder cuts through it. But this isn't conclusive alone. Black tourmaline, hardness 7.5, and quartz, hardness 7, also scratch glass. Use emery paper or Carborundum sandpaper, industrial-grade sandpaper with silicon carbide, hardness 9.5. Rub your candidate stone across it for 10 to 15 seconds with light to moderate pressure. Examine the stone closely under good light. If it shows scratches or wear, it's not a diamond. If it remains completely undamaged, no scratches, no dulling, you've got a strong candidate for a black diamond. Method number 4, knowing the right locations. Geological hotspots for black diamonds. Black diamonds don't appear anywhere. They're found in specific geological environments. Understanding geology and knowing where they're likely to appear multiplies your success chances exponentially. Black diamonds are primarily found in alluvial deposits, eroded from source rock, and carried downstream over thousands or millions of years. They settle in riverbeds and stream gravels where current slows enough for heavy minerals to drop out of suspension. Focus on areas with known kimberlite or lamprey pipes, volcanic. Structures that bring diamonds from deep within Earth's mantle to the surface. They're often surrounded by indicator minerals like garnet, ilmenite, chromite, and olivine. If you find these minerals in a riverbed, you're in the right neighborhood. Look for ancient riverbeds, paleo channels, rivers that flowed thousands of years ago but dried up or changed course. The best spots are where current slows down. Look for inside river bends where water curves and deposits heavy material. Check behind large boulders, in bedrock cracks, and where streams widen and flatten. These are natural traps for dense minerals. At waterfall or rapid bases, turbulent water churns the riverbed and sorts materials by weight, with heaviest stones settling in pockets downstream. Method number 5. Comparing black diamonds to 5 popular river gemstones. When you're out in the field, you'll find all kinds of dark minerals and gemstones that look surprisingly similar at first glance. If you can't tell the difference, you'll waste time testing worthless rocks or throw away something valuable. Here are 5 common stones you'll encounter and how they compare to black diamonds. Black tourmaline has distinct crystal structure forming long striated columns with parallel grooves. Hardness 7.5 means it scratches glass but fails the emery test. Specific gravity 3.2 makes it heavy but lighter than black diamonds. Worth $550 per specimen for nice crystals, mostly just a few dollars for river fragments. Hematite, iron oxide mineral, dark gray to black with metallic luster, extremely heavy. Specific gravity 5.005.3. The giveaway is its distinctive reddish-brown streak. Rub it across unglazed ceramic and it leaves rust-colored marks. Hardness only 5.56.5, so it won't scratch glass consistently and fails emery tests. Essentially worthless as a gemstone but indicates iron-rich environments where garnets might be nearby. Black spinel, genuine gemstone found in alluvial deposits. Dark and hard, looks very similar to black diamonds in rough form. Hardness 7.5 to 8 means it scratches glass easily. Specific gravity 3.5 to 4.1 puts it right in black diamond range, making it tricky to differentiate. Typically forms in octahedral shapes with smooth glassy faces and vitreous luster. Won't pass emery test as cleanly as diamonds. Quite valuable at $500 per carat. Magnetite, another iron oxide mineral with one distinctive property. It's magnetic. Simply bring a small magnet near your stone. If attracted, it's magnetite, not a black diamond. Black, metallic, and dense. Specific gravity 5.2, moderately hard at 5.5 or 6.5. No gemstone value, but an excellent indicator mineral. Where you find magnetite, you often find gold, platinum, and other heavy minerals settling in the same places. Obsidian, natural volcanic glass formed when lava cools extremely rapidly, usually black with possible brown or greenish tints, found in streams near volcanic regions. Easy to identify, has glassy reflective surface with conchoidal fractures, smooth curved breaks like ripples. Much softer than diamonds, hardness 5 to 5.5, won't scratch glass reliably, and quite light, specific gravity 2.5. Not particularly valuable, raw pieces sell for a few dollars per pound. Putting it all together, here are the key differences. Black tourmaline has striated structure, hardness 7 to 7.5, fails emery test. Hematite shows rust-red streak, metallic luster, softer than diamond. Black spinel has octahedral crystals, glassy luster, barely fails emery test but is valuable. Magnetite is magnetic, metallic, no gemstone value, but good indicator. Obsidian has glassy texture, conchoidal fracture, soft, lightweight. Compare these to black diamonds, frosted pitted surface, no streak or faint gray. Hardness 10, specific gravity 3.5, passes all tests. When you combine visual inspection, weight testing, hardness testing, and comparison to these common minerals, you'll rarely be fooled. Don't just focus on black diamonds. If you find quality black spinel or clean black tourmaline, you've still got something worth keeping or selling. So there you have it. 5 proven methods for finding black diamonds and valuable gemstones in riverbeds. Success comes from combining visual inspection, weight testing, hardness tests, knowing the right locations and understanding what you're looking at. Most people walk right past fortune because they don't know these techniques. But now you do. Get out there, apply what you've learned, and you might be the next success story. Happy hunting!